Hey all, Steve from GuitarNiche here. Well, I got an interesting patient on the bench here. This is a Highland brand ES335 copy, and it's offshore made. It's metric parts and stuff like that. But the issue was, or is, there's this sympathetic buzz, like a sizzle, coming from this area. So the owner pointed it out, and I said, yeah, no problem, I'll have a look at it. And I looked at the frets and stuff, and I had to do a little leveling at the top end of the fretboard, but the sizzle was definitely coming from here. So by way of elimination, I cleaned up the frets a little bit, and I took off this retaining wire here, which is very common with these ABR type bridges. And lo and behold, I discovered that the looseness in just tolerance and stuff is the contributing factor to the sizzle. So it's loose parts. It's not the best quality, etc. But one thing I want to point out here is one of the first things I did was I just moved the string in the saddle, because sometimes these saddles they will rock because they're not married properly to the carriage. The tolerance is off, and they can literally be like the worst kind of problem. But anyway, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite tips. I've already gone and treated 4 of these culprits, which are explicitly the screws themselves. The saddles are actually sitting quite nicely on top of the carriage, the body of the bridge itself, but so much so that the screws were literally loose and vibrating. So we got some loose screws. Well, it's not the first time that's happened. Anyway, but one of my favorite tricks is I'll just take a little, the good old crazy glue, and this is just like a D string off an electric. It's something about, maybe 25 thou or something like that. Thinner, thicker, doesn't really matter. Here, put this over here for now. But what I like to do, I still have the B and the G string to do, but what I'll do, I don't know if I'll be able to get this in the camera, but we'll see. I got to look at it just the right way. So this is where, here we go. Now the trick here is, because this string is wound, the windings grab onto the crazy glue. They hold the crazy glue. You can get just about any amount you want on there. And I'm just going to dab a little bit right at the threads. All that's going to do is fill the void and stop the screw from chattering, literally. I'll do the other one while I'm here. Hopefully we can get some of this. Not too much, just like a droplet. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm working on the other side, so. There we go, perfect. Okay, so teeny tiny little drop. And I'm going to do the G string screw right there. And the thing with the crazy glue is it's so thin, it's got a super high capillary action to it. That meaning that when it hits a surface, it just goes, it fills like the tiniest little voids and stuff. Which is a great thing. Now the other thing is, the real bonus here is that let me back up just a second. You got to make sure your intonation is bang on before you do something like this, because otherwise you have to deal with it after the fact. Not that that's too much of an issue, which leads me to the end of this conversation, which is these screws, even though there's a teeny little tiny drop of crazy glue at the threads, they will still turn. It's just all that smallest little drop of crazy glue or CA glue as it's normally called, is just filling the void. And if I take, let's say, the first string here, which is what I've already done, but I can crack it. I can crack it. And that will release. See? It'll turn. I don't want to disturb the seal so much that I have to redo it. So I'm just going to leave that alone. But it will, like the screws will come away. You just give them a good torque, and the bond is broken. There's so little glue in there to begin with, it won't hurt anything. Just be careful around surfaces and stuff. That's why I had the paper towel there just to protect it. Anyway, that's the tip for the day. I'm going to wind up putting the retainer wire back on, and hopefully that doesn't contribute to the original problem, as sometimes they do. And we'll see how it goes, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, I did test it, and this problem has been solved. There's your tip of the day. As always, read the resources below, like and subscribe, have fun, play loud, and have a great day. Cheers. See ya.